Hello, my name is Chris LeBeer. I'm the Senior Building Inspector for the City of Rancho Cucamonga. Today we're going to be discussing combination inspections in hopes that we can help you to avoid any costly delays to your project. For simplicity, we're going to assume this is a bearing wall on a concrete slab for a single family home. We'll just call it a single story. Bearing wall, non-shear. This OSB is simply to keep our wall from racking over during our demonstration. So, the first item is the pressure treated lumber. This is required for any walls built on a concrete slab. Moving on to our anchor bolts. The code tells you have to have a minimum of 2 anchor bolts per plate, and you have to be within 12 inches of the end of wall, which we fall into that category. But I've been asked before, would it be better to be closer to the end of the wall? And the answer is technically no, and the code addresses this. Code requires you to be 7 bolt diameters off your end of wall or plate break times our 1/2 inch bolt. That means we need to be 3.5 inches away. So here's our 3.5, here's our 12, our bolt complies. However, we only have 1 bolt, so you would be asked to add an additional bolt. Now moving on to our electrical. We have our non-metallic sheath cable here, commonly referred to in the trades as Romex. If you're looking for Romex in the electrical code, you will not be able to find it, as it is technically called non-metallic sheath cable. So, first issue I noticed is we are not secured within 8 inches of our plastic box. Second thing is, always make sure that you leave at least 3 inches of free wire measured from the outer edge of this box for your electrician to work with. Second order is nail protection. If you are within 1.25 inches of the drywall side of your stud, you're required to provide nail protection. Now moving on to the top of our wall, you'll see we have 2 top plates. This is always required on a bearing wall. Keep in mind, minimum splice on any top plates is 4 foot. Also, keep in mind when you nail in your top plate, keep the nails close to your studs. That way when your plumber goes to bore a hole through there, he's not tearing up his drill bits, which gets them a little frustrated. So, double top plate required, minimum 4 foot splice. Now, moving on to our plumbing. You can see that our plumber 90'd over into this next stud bay. I'm assuming something above the plate line forced him over here so that he could have his clearance to go through the attic. Bored holes. The code allows between 40 and 60%, but when you go over 40%, you're required to either double the stud or install a fancy piece of hardware like this, and it acts as 2 things: a stud strengthener, and it also works for your nail protection. As you see at the top, we also have a structural strap because of the bored hole, and it also acts as your nail protection. Combination inspections. I leave you with this: no matter the job, big or small, make the effort to build it right, or don't build it at all. See you next time.